Well, migrants are coming to America, and there's talk about vetting the Syrian migrants, the Syrian refugees. Now, the vetting usually centers around, as a matter of fact, it almost exclusively settles around talking about violence. Are these people going to hurt us? Are there jihadis in there? That is there anyone in these migrants who are going to be practicing the jihad of the sword? But I tell you this, there's something far more dangerous than jihad of the sword, and that is the Sharia, because it is the purpose of Islam to put the Sharia in place, and once the Sharia is in place, all the native civilization disappears. The problem is not jihad of the sword. It is Sharia that annihilates civilizations. When Turkey was invaded by jihad, it was all Christian. Now then, it is 99.7% Muslim. It wasn't jihad that did that, it was the Sharia. The Sharia is the idea and the process of applying the Quran and the Sunnah of Muhammad to every detail in life. So our vetting should be about Sharia, not terrorism. Now, when we start talking about Sharia, Muslims say, oh, it's just about our religion, it's religious law. And they're partly right. But you see, there's part of the Sharia that includes me and all other kafirs. Now, the Sharia advocates hate against the kafir, subjugation of the kafir. This nation has taken a stand against racism. Why not a stand against kafir hatred? Now let's be clear. The Sharia is not just a book of laws. It's a way of looking at life and interpreting life and deciding what's to be done. Take any life event, food, sex, marriage, whatever. The question is how to do it so that it will best follow the dictates of Allah and the Sunnah of Muhammad. Sharia is not about what is morally right. It's about what is allowed and forbidden. And we're Muslims, and everyone else is supposed to do it like Muhammad did it and spoke it. But I advocate a different way of approaching the Sharia. I say no to Sharia wife beating. I say no to the halal demands on food. I say no to the Sharia niqab, that's the mask. I say no to Sharia financing. I say no to the jihad of Sharia killing kafirs. I say no to Sharia supremacy. I say no to the Sharia killing of apostates. I say no to the Sharia suppression of free speech. I say no to the Sharia of jihad. I say no to the Sharia subjugation of women. I say no to Sharia deceit. We need to worry about Sharia, not the sword. Remember this, because it's taught very clearly. When Islam came to Medina, there were almost no Muslims there. 5 years later, Medina was entirely Islamic. This is what happens with Islamic migration. Through the use of jihad and the Sharia, they annihilate the native population. Why do we want citizens who believe that our Constitution is haram, not acceptable to Islam? Why do we want citizens who see kafirs, non-Muslims, as scum? Why do we want citizens who believe that women are inferior to men? Political Sharia is opposed to freedom and rational thought. Political Sharia demands slavery to the Quran and the Sunnah, not just by Muslims, but by all people. What we need to do is we need to change the oath of citizenship to this country so it reads like this. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, sovereignty, religious legal system of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or a citizen. We need to ask all migrants and all new citizens to renounce political Sharia under oath. We need to vet the migrants, but not about the sword. We need to vet them about the Sharia. Thank you.